my friend. Welcome to your sleep story. You are safe here at the edge of night. The world outside can turn without you now. You have done enough. You have given enough. Every task, every word can rest where it is. Let the weight of the day slide quietly away. Close your eyes if you wish. There is nothing to see that matters more than what you feel. Air moves around you, soft, warm, alive. It belongs to you. Take a slow breath in. Let it open the ribs, the chest, the heart. Exhale and feel the shoulders fall, as if the body is remembering how to trust gravity again. The night hums in distant gold. Somewhere, a low wind slides over dunes that glow like quiet embers. Somewhere, the stars whisper to each other about the things they've seen, oceans, travelers, dreams. You are among them now. One more traveler in the endless hush. There is no hurry, no finish, no beginning. Only the rhythm of breathing and the gentle spin of time. Imagine your thoughts as grains of sand, each one small, harmless, weightless. They gather, they shift, and then the wind carries them away. You do not chase them, you watch them dance and disappear into the blue horizon. Feel the ground beneath you, cool and certain. It holds you easily. Above, the moon lingers like a guardian, soft light spilling across your hands. The desert waits patient, kind, infinite. Every step you take from here will be slower. Every breath deeper. You are already drifting toward the sound of distant water. The oasis waits beyond the dunes, shining softly in your memory. Welcome, traveler. Welcome to the timeless sands. The sand begins beneath your feet, fine, cool, endless. It flows and sighs as you move, as if greeting you in its ancient language. Each grain remembers a sunrise, a story, a step from long ago. Now it remembers you. The desert opens wide, an ocean made of light and silence. Above it, the sky curves like a silver bow. The moon hangs low, pale, round, unblinking. Its glow paints your skin in soft ivory. You walk slowly, not because you must, but because the world deserves quiet footsteps. Far behind, the day collapses into a thin blue line. Ahead, only dunes and the hush of the wind. You breathe in, and the air tastes like minerals, like stars, like the color of night itself. You breathe out, and the sound joins the wind, one long sigh of peace. A breeze brushes your arm. It smells faintly of dust and water, though no river lies near. Somewhere deep inside the dunes, An invisible current moves slow, deliberate, eternal. You listen and realize the desert is not empty. It hums, a low, steady vibration beneath everything, as though the earth itself is dreaming. You pause at the crest of a dune. Below, shadows ripple like dark silk. The moon drapes its gold along the ridges, tracing soft lines across the sand. Each shape curves, folds, flows. No angles here, only breath, only motion. Your body learns from this. Muscles forget to hold. Shoulders lower, hands unclench. The spine adjusts like a reed finding balance in wind. You do not walk anymore, you drift. Step by step, you glide down the slope, sand whispering around your ankles. It parts easily, never resisting, never judging. The desert accepts everything and keeps nothing. You reach the valley floor where air gathers, cooler, denser. It folds around you like a silk robe. For a moment, you stop and listen. There, the softest sound, a single note of wind echoing through a hollow. It fades and then comes again, steady like a lullaby hummed by distance itself. You look up. The stars shimmer thousands of quiet eyes, watching without demand. One of them trembles brighter than the rest. You don't know its name, but you follow it anyway. The body knows how to find light. Each step takes you deeper into calm. The surface cools, the night air thickens with silence. Your breath falls into rhythm, in, out, until you cannot tell where the breathing ends and the desert begins. A faint glimmer catches your eye, not bright a suggestion, more than a sight. It flickers low on the horizon, gold melting into silver. You wonder if it is firelight or moonlight kissing water. Either way, it feels like invitation. You continue forward. The wind follows, wrapping around your body like a companion. It whispers across your ears, between your fingers, through your thoughts. You hear words, or maybe only memories, something about rest, something about home. Your feet sink deeper into the coolness. Each step leaves a hollow impression, but even as you move, the sand begins to heal it. It closes over your trail, perfectly smooth again, as though no one ever passed. Here, nothing is lost. Everything changes, shape and remains. You are part of that now, a moving breath inside a sleeping world. The horizon begins to shimmer. Air bends, light curls. Something ahead glows faintly, a pulse of warmth in the blue. You stop and watch. It does not call. It simply waits. The promise of water, the whisper of life. You take another breath, slow and steady. It fills the chest like dawn, It leaves the body like dusk. You smile, not with lips, but with being, and walk on beneath the moon toward that quiet shimmer waiting beyond the dunes. At first, it is only a shimmer, a pale ripple at the edge of sight, like heat pretending to be water. But as you move closer, the air begins to cool. It smells of wet stone, of green hidden beneath gold. The dunes part to reveal a hollow in the sand. At its center, light collects. The moon bends low, pouring itself into a small lake so clear it looks like glass. Around it, palms rise in slow motion, tall, slender, patient. Their fronds sway with a rhythm of breath. A quiet song hums through them, half wind, half memory. You stop at the edge of the water. The ground here is damp, almost soft. When you kneel, the earth gives slightly beneath your hands. A trickle of water slides between your fingers, cool, alive, impossibly real. You scoop some into your palms. It glows faintly, reflecting both the stars above and something quieter beneath, a light that seems to come from you. The air around the oasis has a heartbeat. It pulses in time with your breathing. When you inhale, the palms lean closer. When you exhale, the ripples widen. The world listens, and you are part of its conversation. A tent stands nearby, its canvas pale and luminous under moonlight. A single lantern hangs at the entrance, steady as a thought. Inside, shadows curl like gentle smoke. You enter, and the sound of the outside world softens, as though the desert has drawn its veil. The air inside is warm and fragrant. It smells of cedar, of sweet spice, of quiet rain that never fell. A carpet lies beneath you, woven with colors that shift when the lantern sways. You see patterns of dunes, waves, and stars, the same shapes that live outside, now gathered close like friends. You sit, and the cushion folds under your weight like bread. A tray rests on a low table, small cups, a clay jug, a bowl of dates glistening like amber. You pour water. It moves slowly, thick with reflection. When you sip, it tastes like cool light, like the first moment of remembering something beautiful. Time shifts. You can feel it loosen around you, the way fabric loosens in warm water. The lantern flame dances without sound. Its light paints small constellations on the tent walls. You trace them idly with your eyes, a bird, a wave, a circle that never closes. Outside, the wind turns softer. It hums against the canvas like a sleeping creature. Now and then, a palm leaf brushes another, and their sound becomes the pulse of the night. The lake enters with ripples, each one slower than the last. You realize the desert is not silent at all. It is whispering lullabies made of space and light. You lie back on the carpet. The threads hold the warmth of the lantern. Somewhere far beyond the tent, an owl calls once, a single low note that opens the air like a sigh. You do not move. You simply exist. The body becomes the air. The air becomes the body. There is no border left between them. In this moment, nothing asks for you to change. Not the sand, not the stars, not even your own thoughts. They drift through, soft and luminous, and fade into the stillness. You close your eyes, but the world remains visible from within. You can see the oasis glowing, a small heart of light in the dark. You can hear the faint echo of water looping endlessly, like time exhaling. The desert no longer feels vast. It feels kind, infinite, yet intimate. You understand now, the journey was never about distance. It was about slowing enough to meet yourself. Outside, the wind sighs again. It threads through the palms, brushing each leaf as though counting blessings. You feel its rhythm in your pulse, soft, steady, and certain. Sleep begins to move closer, a shadow with golden eyes, tender and watchful. You welcome it the way the lake welcomes moonlight without question. Outside, the palms move gently, their leaves whispering in long, slow syllables. They speak a language older than speech, made of motion and breath. You listen and realize you understand not the words, but the rhythm. It matches your own heart. The lantern still glows inside the tent, a small sun floating in silence. You rise, the fabric brushing your skin, and step back into the cool night. The air wraps around you, half warmth, half chill. The lake lies waiting, patient as a thought that never hurried. The sand sighs beneath your bare feet. Each grain shifts, slides, accepts, erases. By the time you reach the shore, your footprints are already gone. You smile at the kindness of the desert, how it keeps no record of your passing. Kneel here. Let the knees sink slightly. Let the palms rest on the ground. Feel the thin layer of moisture, cool and surprising. It glows faintly in the moonlight, a shimmer like breath. You reach out. The water moves toward you as though curious. When your fingers touch, it yields a perfect softness. Ripples spread in circles, folding the stars into trembling patterns. Scoop a little into your hands. Hold it close. It is cooler than air, lighter than glass. In its reflection, you see a face made of calm. The eyes shine, not with light, but with release. For a heartbeat, you watch yourself watching. Then you let the water fall back, and the surface closes whole again. Something changes. The sound of the wind slows. The pulse of your body finds the rhythm of the ripples. Every thought drifts outward, thin and gold, dissolving into the night. Memories begin to move within the water, faint shapes, tender colors. They rise like bubbles, shimmer once, and burst into silence. One shows a morning long gone, light through curtains. Another shows laughter, a table, a scent you had forgotten. They are gentle, these echoes. They come not to haunt, but to rest. You understand. Nothing remembered is lost. It only changes its form. You close your eyes. Inside the dark, the same ripples continue. Breath rising, breath falling. Each exhale, a wave that reaches the shore and folds away. Each inhale, a tide returning home. The body begins to float in the rhythm, not lifted by water, but by stillness. Muscles lose their edges. Thought loses its voice. You are neither sitting nor lying, neither awake nor asleep. You are the pause between heartbeats, the brief, perfect hush where everything simply is. A bell sounds somewhere beyond the dunes, low, resonant, endlessly fading. Its echo slides over the oasis, over your skin, through your ribs. It reminds you of distance, of journeys still unfolding, yet already complete. For a moment, you imagine the desert itself exhaling that note. Content, you reach once more to the lake. This time, you let the water flow between your fingers. It leaves traces of coolness that fade slowly like whispers. You draw a small circle on the surface, watching the moon fracture and mend. Every time the ripples return, they bring a little more peace. Around you, the palms murmur. Tiny grains of sand drift across your knees. The air grows thicker with calm. You lean back, resting on your hands, the lake before you like a mirror to another world. Above, a star falls slow, deliberately tracing a silver arc. It vanishes behind the hills, leaving the scent of ozone and wonder. Somewhere inside, a thought surfaces soft, steady. You are safe. The desert knows your name without sound. The water keeps your reflection even when you sleep. You could stay here forever and the world would not mind. Now breathe again, in through the nose, out through the lip. Longer this time, slower. Let every breath polish the heart until it shines like still water. The night folds around you, smooth and endless. The story grows quieter. Words begin to dissolve, turning to sound, then to silence. All that remains is light, light on the water, light inside you. The night deepens. The lantern's flame grows smaller, trembling in the corner of your vision. It flickers once, twice, and steadies a heartbeat of light. Beyond the tent walls, the desert hums in its slow, eternal rhythm. You lie down, the rug warm beneath your back. The threads press gently into your skin, mapping constellations you cannot see. The body begins to forget its weight. Arms drift slightly outward, palms open to the air. Every muscle loosens, one by one, until even breath becomes a whisper. You listen to the sound of your own heart. It beats slower now, measured and kind. Between each thump is a silence wider than oceans. Inside that silence, something luminous waits. You let yourself fall into it. Not down, not forward, just inward. The fall is soft, endless, without fear. It feels like being carried, like being remembered. The air moves once more through the tent. It touches your face, cool, dry, perfectly clean. Somewhere, a palm leaf brushes another sigh of recognition. The sound fades before it finishes, folding itself into the dark. Now, the lantern dims to a single golden thread. It stretches across the air, from your heart to the horizon. You see it even with your eyes closed, not as light, but as warmth. The warmth of being held, of being known without word. Time loosens around you. Minutes slide into one another like waves. Hours go quietly, vanishing into themselves. There is no before, no after, only the golden moment that breathes and never ends. The tent melts into air. The dunes flatten into mist. Even the stars seem to drift closer, dissolving into the same deep blue as your pulse. Everything merges, slow and certain, like pigments blending into one final color. You can feel the edges of your thoughts dissolving. Memories no longer belong to yesterday or tomorrow. They hover here as small lights, familiar, tender, harmless. You watch them drift upward until they vanish into the ceiling of the sky. Somewhere within, a voice begins to murmur, not separate from you, not entirely yours. It says nothing in particular. It simply hums, a vibration older than language. It is the desert speaking through your breath. The sound spreads outward, rippling across the stillness. It touches every grain of sand, every drop of water, every star hanging above. For a moment, all of them hum together, one vast, gentle chord of being. In that chord, you sense the weight of centuries. Journeys walked, names forgotten, dreams left like footprints in the dune. None of them lost, only resting in layers of quiet time. You are part of that now, folded into the history of silence. The lantern finally fades. Its light lingers as an after-image behind your eyes, golden and slow. You blink once, and the image remains not outside, but inside you. A reminder that warmth survives even in the deepest dark. Now the air stills. No wind, no sound, only the steady rhythm of your heart and the soft slide of breath. This is what peace feels like, not an event, but a temperature. It spreads through the body, melting every last thread of wakefulness. You drift. The desert drifts with you. The dunes breathe, slow and infinite. Stars flicker like eyelids closing. The lake mirrors everything, even the dark, even the dream. If thoughts return, they arrive as travelers. They bow once, leave a trace in the sand, and disappear into stillness. You do not follow. You stay unmoving at the center of all motion. The world has no corners now. Everything curves toward rest. Even time bows its head. And in that bowing, you fall gently, beautifully into sleep. The desert sleeps beside you now. Its breath moves through the dunes, low and slow, a sound like eternity breathing. Above, the stars have dimmed to soft embers. The moon drifts slower, heavy with silver light. You lie within that stillness. It holds you the way sand holds a single stone completely, without question. Every heartbeat echoes faintly through the night. Each echo grows quieter until even your pulse forgets to hurry. The palms stand silent, their shadows folded neatly against the ground. The water rests, glass smooth, reflecting only darkness and the faintest trace of dawn. Nothing moves now except your breath. In, out, like the tide in miniature, the ocean of the body rising and falling. All through the oasis, a quiet understanding lingers. You have come far enough. You have found what waited not a place, but a peace. The desert knows, the air knows, and now your body knows too. Each thought that tries to return finds no foothold. It touches the edge of your mind and slides away, soft as a shadow crossing sand. Even time, faithful traveler, stops to rest beside you. It folds its wings, sets down its golden hourglass, and becomes quiet. If dreams are doors, they are opening now, one by one, gently, without sound. They do not lead elsewhere, they lead deeper, inward, where stillness lives. Follow them only with breath. Follow them only with trust. The body will do the rest. Somewhere beyond the dunes, the first light begins to gather. You can feel it faint in gold brushing your closed eyelids. It does not wake you, it blesses you. The desert sleeps, the wind sleeps, the stars turn quietly, slow wheels above the world, and you weightless, all drift between breath and dream, carried by the hush. The world will continue quietly, perfectly while you dream. Sleep has found you. Sleep will keep you. Sweet dreams.